Hey, mamas out there, welcome back to Motherhood Decoded. And we are going to be decoding planning in this episode. So, we are going to read two posts from contributors on our site. The first one is from pandemic to plandemic. Is it possible? And if any of you have been struggling with the real world coming back to life and getting out of that pandemic rut, hopefully this will help. So this comes to us from Tammy Staten, and she says, this global pandemic has surely changed the way we live on the daily, and who knows how much this will affect our kids in the future. It's been tough to live in this new normal. The thing that has been the biggest help that I didn't want to admit has been planning. A plan for how we will do all the things. You know what I'm talking about. If you are like me, you've already experienced the challenges of having birthdays, anniversaries, and graduations sneak up on you during the pandemic. I'm not the best at planning, but I know during these times, it takes not only planning, but a lot of patience and creativity. The thing that has been the biggest help has been planning. I mean, I don't know how many times I've gotten to the door of the grocery store before I realized I forgot my mask in the car. How frustrating it is to be caught unprepared. When my daughter graduated high school this year, her school decided there would be no prom due to COVID. And again, this was published at the end of 2020, so right in the height of it, and a lot of good things that we can still take from it today. And okay, her school decided there would be no prom due to COVID, so I threw her a surprise prom in our backyard gazebo. I was acting in ninja mode and to pull this off without her knowing. I mean, it was no small task. You see, we hadn't shopped for a dress, so I asked people to let me borrow a few for her to choose from. Then I went and got lights and decorated and prepared someone to do her hair and makeup by telling her we were all getting dressed up for a family TikTok video. Then I invited her boyfriend and ordered to take out dinner to be delivered for them. It turned out to be an amazing night of safe social distancing prom festivities. It will remain one of my favorite memories from the year 2020 for sure. It was right then that I decided the best thing to do was to pull out the calendar and look at all the events that would come up and decide how we would celebrate them. Because to not celebrate was not an option. We did that when Easter came and went in quarantine, and we missed out on being together with our family and friends. It's already really hard to be doing life without the big parties or even being able to go to a movie, but to miss grandma's deviled eggs and warm hugs is just too much to bear. So the two things that have helped in these situations is to plan out the year and to talk about it. The conversations have started something like this. Ethan's birthday is coming up. How do we want to make him feel special but safe? I encourage you to talk through the plans and share with your children what the expectations are. Explain that instead of having a slumber party, you may get a drive-by birthday party or a virtual one on Zoom. A great idea that I've seen is having guests buy gifts online and send pics that can be placed in envelopes to be opened on the day of the party. Basically, it's all about having some kind of plan. I think these tips are good, even in more normal times. Annual planning is something we've embraced in our family because it just helps us live life in general. When you don't have a plan, the calendar will run you instead of you running the calendar. Be proactive and carve out space and time for the important times and people in your life. When we don't have a plan, the calendar will run you instead of you running the calendar. So when we plan, we will work and rest. And even though we didn't plan for this pandemic and social distancing, we can plan how we do life together. So what plans will you be making to make the most of your life? One good way is to check out local events that we have if you're in the Louisville area, or find a mom collective near you and check out their events roundups. But yeah, plan, do some research, figure out how to make things fun, whether we're in lockdown ever again or not, because planning is very important. Scan the QR code to be taken to our site and see all the new stuff that we put out every week. I was recently gifted a box of Magic Mind. It is a wonderful little bottles, kind of like shot size, of magic ingredients that help you stay focused and be more productive without the caffeine rush. So I've been taking it alongside my coffee. It's nice because you don't get the jitters of pounding caffeine, but with having a family and pets and work, it is sometimes hard to stay energized. So taking it has been great for a couple different reasons. Taken alongside my coffee, I've had less coffee that I've needed to take. And also, I've been sleeping better at night and sleeping more deeply. So we've got a cool discount code if you guys want to check it out. But I just want to go over some of the magical ingredients. There's matcha, which my teenage daughter is obsessed with. And there's also lion's mane mushroom that I had been reading a lot of benefits about and was kind of a little tentative about which kind I was going to try. Been doing all this research, so the fact that it was already in this blend was cool, and I got to try out the benefits. I also have type 1 diabetes, so the added benefit for me has been some tighter blood sugar control. So if that is something you are interested in, it's definitely been good for me. There's several other ingredients. Some of them are a little hard to pronounce. Then for your link and discount code, if you want to try it out yourself, you can go to magicmind.com/Jan, short for January, Motherhood Decoded. And this will get you 1 month for free if you subscribe for 3 months. And if you use code Motherhood Decoded, it's an extra 20% off, which gets you up to 75% off to try it for yourself. This is only through the end of January 2024. So Happy New Year, and let's all be productive together. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this content, make sure to click the like button, share with a friend, and hit the bell to subscribe and be notified when we have new stuff to share. Doesn't cost anything, so why not? And then the other one that we're going to read is 3 Steps to Planning. This comes to us from LMC contributor Jamie Warfield. She says, it was 12:15 p.m. I was starving and realized I'd actually forgotten to pack my lunch that morning. So with a grumbling tummy, I left work and ran to Wendy's around the corner. All things that are not aligned with my new diet. Then it happened. Yes, I yawned. I immediately covered my mouth. I was in shock and thought, I still have a project due on my VP's desk in the morning, a meeting with 2 potential prospects, gymnastics with Bella, driving lessons with Carlos, and I have no idea what we're eating for dinner. This was my Monday. By the end of the day, I was exhausted and a little defeated. I felt like I hadn't completed any of the tasks successfully, and tomorrow was looking busy as well. I knew that I needed to change, and this is what began my 3 important steps to planning. Can you relate? Have you ever felt like you were drowning with no clear shore in sight? Well, that day I mentally took a few notes and decided that this organized chaos had to come to an end. There is power in preparation, and I needed to take mine back. So I devised a plan to plan. The following Thursday, I ran to the store and grabbed a day planner, popcorn, and a bottle of sparkling grape juice. I don't drink alcohol, even though many days I definitely feel like I need a glass of wine. I rushed home, and after getting the kids situated, I set up a lavender bath, grabbed all the items I'd purchased earlier, and really just took time for me. I sat in the tub, closed my eyes, and envisioned my idea of a well-organized week and what I wanted to accomplish in those 7 days. Do I want to be present and give my best self when I'm with everyone? Do I want to dedicate my time and full attention to each chosen activity? Do I want my day to run seamlessly? Do I want to have dinner planned before I get home after a long day of work? Do I want to ensure that I have one-on-one conversations with both Carlos and Bella to ensure they felt loved, important, and seen? The answer was yes, yes, and heck yes. I wanted all of those things. So I took a sip of my juice and began to plan. I followed these 3 important steps to planning. They were indeed life-changing. Number 1, determine priorities. The method I used was time blocking. I set time frames throughout the day in which I would complete specific activities such as one-on-one time with the kids, meetings, leisure activities for me, etc. Number 2, set a schedule. I opened the calendar and added all the activities for the week and month. I was already aware of the things to which I had made a commitment. Number 3, create action steps. Finally, I set reminders in my phone. I ordered 3 meals from HelloFresh for the week. I committed myself to checking my planner every day. I know that planning during a pandemic was tough, and it did not get any easier now that the world is opened back up. But I hope this post gives you a starting point when contemplating ways to organize your day. These 3 important steps to planning are easy, but the first step is starting. So grab yourself a day planner and be great. So another good one, and the importance of planning. So if you have any great tips for us, make sure to reach out to us or comment below, and we would love to add to our tips. Thanks so much.